Just minutes ago, the news broke that sent shockwaves through Tesla's supply chain. China has slammed the door on silver exports, and Elon Musk saw it all coming. A few months ago, he tweeted, "Silver supply chain's about to get real interesting." Today, his words became prophecy. Beijing's new silver export curbs, effective January 1, 2026, have turned him into a modern-day Nostradamus. The COMEX vaults are being drained at an alarming rate. 34 million ounces have already vanished. Tesla's battery production lines are now facing silver starvation. Solar panel factories are grinding to a halt. The man who builds the future just called out the one metal that powers it. This is the massive supply shock that everyone is ignoring, but they won't be for long, not when production lines stop dead. Today, I'm going to connect the dots between Musk's dire warning and Beijing's aggressive new policy. I'll show you exactly why Tesla's most critical component is suddenly at extreme risk. How this is going to cascade through the entire electric vehicle and solar industries. And what your exact move should be before silver blows past $80 an ounce while factories are left scrambling for scraps. First, let's look at Musk's radar. Tesla doesn't just run on lithium and nickel. Silver is the silent workhorse, the unsung hero inside their batteries and vehicles. It's crucial for high-voltage bus bars, conductive pastes, and cell interconnects. Every single Cybertruck, every Model Y, every Megapack needs about 2 to 3 ounces of silver per kilowatt-hour of battery capacity. Do the math. Tesla's annual demand is already over 50 million ounces. And that number is climbing vertically. And here's the kicker. They can't just invent more silver. They can't 3D print it. They need physical, refined bars delivered on time, every time. Until now, China supplied a whopping 30% of that silver. It was refined, ready for export, and priced competitively. Then came January 1st. A new directive, Order 20226001, states, "Silver exports restricted to 44 licensed firms only, subject to national security review." There was no phase-in period, no grace period, no grandfather clause. It was an instant, overnight cutoff. Boom. Just like that, Tesla's supply chain was hit with a sledgehammer. The fallout was immediate. Day one after the ban, the physical silver premium in Shanghai jumped 12% over the COMEX spot price. Western refiners were thrown into a panic. By day 3, Tesla's own procurement teams were scrambling to the COMEX vaults, which is the only so-called liquid source of silver left in the West. And by day 7, 34 million ounces were gone from the registered stocks. Tesla was grabbing everything they could get their hands on before their production lines were forced to stop. Now, Musk didn't just warn about this blindly. He reads the same tea leaves as the global strategists. He understands 3 fundamental problems. Problem 1. Silver is not optional. It is absolutely essential. Tesla's groundbreaking 4,680 cells require silver for their high-current connections. Without it, you face risks of thermal runaway, a 15% drop in efficiency, and ultimately, a complete production halt. And what about the Megapack energy storage systems? They need silver paste, or you simply can't build grid-scale batteries. Problem 2. There is no domestic backup plan. The entire U.S. mining output for silver is only about 28 million ounces per year. Tesla alone needs double that amount. What about Mexico? Tariffs are already on the horizon. Peru, it's a logistical nightmare. Recycling. That process has at least a 6-month lag time, which is an eternity in this industry. This leads to problem number 3, the time crunch. Modern battery plants operate on a just-in-time inventory system. They don't have massive 3-month stockpiles of silver sitting in a warehouse. A halt in silver deliveries means assembly lines will freeze within 45 days. It's a ticking time bomb. This is where Elon's 4D chess game becomes clear, while the rest of the auto industry is still asleep at the wheel. He's making moves. First, a major push for vertical integration. We already hearing rumors of Tesla looking to buy silver miners outright. Names like Hekla and Core are being floated. Second, a radical redesign of the battery cells themselves. There are whispers of developing silver-free perhaps using copper-aluminum composites, but that's a risky and unproven technology. Third, a strategic production shift. The Texas Gigafactory will get priority, meaning production in Shanghai could slow to a crawl if the silver supply completely dries up. And finally, public pressure. Musk is using his X account to amplify the panic, which spikes the premiums and forces a political response. But here's the domino effect that almost nobody is seeing. When Tesla's production slows, battery prices will spike by at least 25%. The waitlists for the Cybertruck will explode to 18 months or more. Then, the solar industry stalls. Megapack deliveries get delayed, creating a grid storage crisis. We could be looking at rolling blackouts across the country in the summer of 2026. This, in turn, stalls broader EV adoption, which crashes the value of carbon credits and squeezes Tesla's profit margins. The West is set to eat all the pain from this. And China, their industrial giants, are thriving. Companies like Jinko Solar and Trina Solar secured 18 months' worth of silver on forward contracts before the ban. BYD's battery factories are humming along. CATL is expanding. Beijing is stockpiling silver while the West is forced into rationing. The panic signals are already screaming at us. The whisper number for Tesla SQ1 guidance is already warning of supply constraints that will impact the Cybertruck ramp-up. Internally, at the Gigafactories, bids for silver have reportedly hit $72 an ounce compared to a $38 COMEX price. Dealer reports are already showing that Model Y battery packs are being delayed by 3 weeks. And just look at Musk's activity on X. He has made 17 silver-related posts in the last 72 hours alone. Let's be clear, China is not being subtle here. This is a direct repeat of their rare earth playbook. Remember 2010? A dispute with Japan led to a 90% cut in rare earth exports, and prices shot up 10 times over. In 2023, they did it with gallium and germanium, causing chip prices to jump 22%. Now, in 2026, they're doing it with silver. And it's aimed squarely at collapsing the West's EV and solar production. Beijing wins in 3 ways with this move. First, they prioritize their domestic industries. CATL and BYD get first dibs on all the silver mined within China. Second, they capture the premium. The Shanghai spot price is trading 15% higher than London. And third, they build their strategic reserves. The vaults of the People's Bank of China are filling up while the COMEX vaults are being emptied. The fundamental math of the silver market is now completely broken. Global demand is around 1.2 billion ounces. Mine supply is only 800 million ounces. That's a 400 million ounce deficit that is growing every year. And now, China's 30% share of refined silver exports has just been reduced to 0. Tesla's warning lights are flashing bright red. Musk knows that without silver, there's no trip to Mars. Without batteries, there are no robots. Without interconnects, there's no Optimus. A price explosion is now locked in. I expect to see $58 to $65 silver by February. By April, $78 will be the new physical standard. By the third quarter, we'll see $95, with Tesla likely paying over $110 internally just to keep the lights on. And by 2027, $130 could be the new normal. So, here is your playbook while the factories burn. First, stacking. Physical silver is priority number 1. I'm talking American Eagles, bars, and rounds. A 10% allocation of your portfolio is a solid starting point, and avoid paper ETFs. They are a counterparty risk nightmare when the COMEX inevitably cracks under pressure. A combination of a home safe and an allocated vault is your best bet for storage. Next, trading. The silver miners offer incredible leverage, talking 4 times the upside. Look at companies like Hekla and SSRM. The streaming companies like Wheaton and Franco-Nevada are also great plays because they are immune to mining cost inflation. And mark your calendar for Tesla's earnings call on February 19th. Guidance on their silver situation is definitely coming. For timing, watch the dollar. When the dollar dumps, silver pops. If the Fed cuts interest rates in March, it will be the perfect storm. Musk warned us because he is building the future that others only dream about. Tesla needs 100 million ounces of silver by 2028. China now controls the spigot. The COMEX cannot deliver, and Beijing will not budge. Silver is no longer just some industrial byproduct. It is the new oil for the entire electrification of our economy. Elon called the choke point. China just squeezed it shut. Production lines are going to start stuttering this month. Your best move is to have physical ounces in your hand before Tesla is forced to pay $100 an ounce, and you are left trying to buy scrap for $150. Checkmate. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more updates.